Hi guys, welcome back. My name's Stu and this is Graceful Gardens for Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic, part 12 of the Mayan SOS scenario pack. These gardens are a beautiful location for a theme park. Build a lot of rides and raise the park value to great heights. Your objective, to achieve a park value of at least 300,000 at the end of October, year 4. So quite a long scenario then. 300,000 isn't a huge amount. 4 years is a long time, so we am gonna rush. So the paving is all done. Lots of scenery around the place. Quite reminiscent of Evergreen Gardens and is it Jeffrey Gardens? Okay, so we're charging for rides, free admission to the park. We have got some transport rides. We've got a good selection of gentle rides. Not a bad selection of coasters to begin with. Some thrill rides, a few water rides, and a few shops. I think, considering how long the scenario is, I'm going to put all my research into shops. If it was shorter, I'd probably put it into thrill rides. But we've got a good couple of years before we need to start worrying about the park value. So let's turn our scenery so we got a better view of the paving. Okay, so I'm going to keep the paving as much as possible. And I think what I'm going to do to start off with is I'm just going to start putting down flat rides and shops. I'll keep them on the inside of the paving as much as possible. And then that way, then when I come to build roller coasters later on, I can just plop them down on the outside of the paving. That way I'm going to worry about leaving space, because just by putting them on the inside, I'm already going to be leaving space, if that makes sense. So I'm going to start building. I'll see you soon. October year 1, we've got over 1,000 guests in the park. We've got a park value of over 100,000. So we're a third of the way to the target and only a quarter of the time gone. So I've gone with the Roman Greco station. So we've got a chairlift there just by the entrance, brings you all the way down to the back of the park. Just down there, I've been concentrating on putting down shops and flat rides. So on a lot of the corners and things, I'll have the kiosks, and when I put a kiosk down, I'll put a toilet as well. So just an easy way of ensuring that we've got enough toilets in the park to try and win the best toilet award. Got rid of a few scenery things there, a few flowers or whatever they were, to put some shops in the middle. Spiral slide, carousel, water ride, just there. The bridge, pirate ship. What have we got as well? One of these monocycle things. Never very good excitement, but it's just something for the guests to go on. And then we got another water ride just there, truck ride, maze, and a train. So with this train, there's only one station. So the guests don't really use them as transport rides anyway. They don't use them as a way to get from one side of the park to another. So this one, it just takes you up like a figure of 8 and back to the station. Not bad excitement. Just a nice way of getting some early money early on in the game. Haunted house. Loads more shops. So, decent start. A really good start. I'm still researching shops. I'm going to switch that up to thrill rides now, because I'm going to start padding out the gentle rides with thrill rides. And that should take me probably up to around maybe 200,000 park value by the end of the year, and then we can just start building some roller coasters then. But yeah, really good start. We can, because it's a 4-year scenario, we can take our time on this. We haven't got to rush, so we can try and get a nice looking park. So I'm going to carry on building. I'll see you soon. October year 2, park value 257,000, so only another 43,000 to go. But we've got 2 years to do it in, so we're going to do this quite easily, especially once we start building roller coasters. Got loads of money coming in now. park rating, just under maximum. Last time we spoke, the park rating was very low. I didn't mention it, but the reason for that was because we only had gentle rides in the park. I hadn't bothered putting any handymen down, so guests were complaining about litter and things like that. As soon as I started putting some handymen down, once we started putting thrill rides down, the rating shot up. So there you see, back in March it was really low, and then as soon as I started putting the handymen down and they started tidying the paths, it shot up. So what have we got? Let's do the roller coasters last. So we've got a log flume just here. I've split the stations, so that allows better throughput on them. Need to think of a funky name for that. Just up here then, we've got a go-kart track. Nice excitement on that. Top spin just there. We already had the pirate ship. Little twist just there. Very simple junior coaster. Pink bug. So that was the first roller coaster I built. I need to drop the price on that. So guests were paying it. They've stopped paying it now. So I need to drop the price on that. And then just here then. So this is just in testing. Decent stats on that. On the wild mouse. And then wooden wild mouse. And then just over here we got a wooden wild mine train. Just over here. Garden miner. Again, good stats on that. Park value. A lot of the park value. There's a lot of different factors, but the bulk of it is to do with your ride stats. So these are good rides because they're quite easy to get nice excitement on, but they also get a good intensity as well. So we're up to 260,000. Haven't built anything since I last mentioned it. That extra bit will come from guests going on rides and things like that. So only another 40,000 to go. We've got 2 years to go. I'm going to put my research now into roller coasters. We'll just start building coasters now, cramming them in any old place. Oh, roto drop there. Decent stats on that. Good thing about these, if you've got them in your park, is if you're ever coming up to the last, say, month of the scenario and you're just a tiny bit short, you can always ram that up to full length, even if it's so stupidly intense that the guests won't go on it, it'll still count for park value. Little 3D cinema there. Guests love it, especially when it rains. So I'm going to crack on with building the coasters then. I'll see you soon. October year 3, we need 300,000 park value. We've got 375,000. So we've already achieved the goal. We're not going to have any issues. Got a little mini coaster just here. Bonsai. Nice stats. It could do with being a lot higher considering it's a park value, but we've got so many coasters in the park now that it's fine. We don't need any stupidly high. Pond skater. Nice stats there. The wild mouse. Drop tower. Already seen these. Keep scrolling. What have we got down here? Hyper twister, just here. Hyper striper. Nice stats on that. So it comes up the chain lift. And then we got some vertical drops and some airtime hills. If you were to build a really high chain lift and then build loads of these vertical drops and airtime hills, you would get some crazy airtime on your coaster. 8 seconds on that. That's not too bad. A few more of those and we would have had some really crazy airtime. Corkscrew here, very simple design, good for good for high park value, good for park value scenarios. So it just takes you up, reverse, chain lift, drops you down, a few corkscrews, and then twists back up and then back around. It's always good for some intensity. And then we've got a wooden coaster here, Garden Gladiator. Good stats on that. So it just comes out of the station, up the chain lift, and then down through the hill. And then we got loads of twists and turns and interactions with itself. So we've got another year to go. We're already beating the scenario, so we can sort of ease up a little now. Build a few more coasters, but we haven't got to worry about achieving the goal because we've already done it, and there's no way really we're going to fail. We'd have to do something catastrophic in order to fail a scenario from this point. So I'm going to carry on. I'll see you next year. October year 4, the scenario goal is for 300,000 park value. We've got just under 390,000. So we've added a few more rides. We've boosted the park value, but some of the older rides have had their value reduced because they're old. Nice splashboards just here. Very, very simple design. Just goes up and drop and then back to the station. Probably need to reduce the price on that. Guess we're paying it now. They're not paying it so much. And then just over here, I haven't built too much since we last spoke. So just here then, very simple twister coaster. Flawless twister coaster. Nice stats on that. Up the chain lift, down the bend, loop around the chain lift, and then some twists and turns and some corkscrews, and then back to the station. And then there's another one. Where is it? Just over here. I can't find where I've put the station now. Just here. Bumblebee twister coaster. Nice stats on that. So in order to get the train cars different colors, so I've just gone in and then different colors per vehicle. So vehicle 1 yellow, vehicle 2 black, yellow, black, and so on. And that gives the B stripes. So out of the station, we've got a booster section then all the way along. Shoots you up into this like cobra roll, loop, and then some twists and turns and back to the station. So a week to go then. When we came into the park, let me see if I could find the entrance. Right, there we go. So when we came into the park, then we had tons of pathing and scenery and things like that, but we didn't have any rides. So what I did was, oh, hang on. Oh, there's only 4 of them, that's fine. So actually, this is a good opportunity to show you a little tip. So what you can do with these is they can't find the park exit. If there's only a few of them like that, what you can do is you can just, they are right by the exit. That's bizarre. Hide rides, hide scenery. Ah, right, okay. So is that, where is he? Where exactly? He's right by it. Okay, bizarre. It could be that because there's so many shops and things up there, it's confusing him. But what you can do with these is you can just pick them up with a tweezer and you can drop them right by there. Drop and they'll leave. And that's just if you're ever in a situation where you're about a month away or a week away from the end and you suddenly get a drop in park rating, you can do that and it should boost your rating as soon as they leave the park. Okay, so let's turn these back on. We came in, I put my research into shops because it was a nice long scenario, so we didn't have to worry about rides so much. Put loads of flat rides down on the inside of the paths, and then we switched from gentle rides to thrill rides. Again, shops, gentle rides, thrill rides on the inside of the paths. And then what that did then is once we got up to about the half year stage, the half year 2, year 3, what we were able to do is we were able to switch to roller coasters, and then we had plenty of room on the outside of the paths for roller coasters. So 391,000. So we're going to beat it by a good 90,000. Quite a nice scenario. It's nice, a nice, very gentle, laid back. Take your time. Don't really worry about what you're building because you've got so long to do it in. Chairlifts. Let's have a look. I can probably check my profit. There you go. So some of them, because there's so many rides, I've got them down to 3. There you go. 3. So I've already done this. 3. There you go. I can probably drop that down as well. Because they aren't making so much money, it's easier just to reduce them down to 3. That way guests might go on them, and you still retain the park value for the rides. And we've done it. Stew! We're making so much profit from the good rides, the roller coasters, log flumes, go-karts, that sort of thing, that we can effectively subsidize the poorer rides. So that's pretty cool. Not a bad scenario, this one. Quite enjoyed this one. As I said, it's a nice laid back, chilled scenario, able to take your time, build some nice rides, and achieve the goal. This was Graceful Gardens. I am Stu. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.